Namaskar and Om Shanti. In this episode of Ek Mulakat, we are going to meet a very special guest, Professor M.G. Krishanan from Mysore. You are the Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University. Sir, hearty welcome to you in this program, Ek Mulakat. So, first of all, I would like to ask, you have been to this place for the first time, and there is an atmosphere of, very spiritual atmosphere and very peaceful atmosphere. So, what is your experience?
I am amazed to see everywhere lots of disturbances, lots of problems, lots of animosity, lots of hatred. But as you rightly said, I am here for the first time. I see a tremendous sense of spirituality, tremendous sense of cordiality, fellow feeling, brotherhood, and most important thing is everybody is so peaceful, and much more than that, a tranquilizing atmosphere, which is amazing in a situation in the days of present times.
So, do you think that the spirituality is one of the very important aspect for the human life? Because nowadays, all people are somewhere diverted to the Western culture and they are moving away from this thing. But now I think the time has come that they have to look for the subject, the spirituality. What do you think?
Definitely you are absolutely correct. But my small correction is spirituality only today is not very important. It's been important.
Yes.
And during our days, the whole society, the whole home, the whole village is spiritual.
Yeah.
But today, I don't see any such spiritual trends in the society, both elders and youngsters. I think we are thrown out of the spirituality and the sense of spirituality. I think more often we mistake religiosity with the spirituality. I think personally, I think those two things are opposite to each other. If not opposite, they are not related.
So, what do you think? What are the reasons that they are moving away from this field? They are more oriented to materialism, luxurious life, things, costly things, and they are more attracted to such kind of things.
The whole issue is thanks to globalization, and that globalization has made us to pursue the pleasures of life. The pleasures of life in the sense more of materialistic pleasure, and we do ignore all the good things, spiritual things, ethical things, so-called ethical things. And the most important thing is the whole society is running after money.
Yes.
I think as long as we run after money and material comforts, luxuries, I think I'm afraid spirituality cannot happen, and we will not go in search of spirituality as long as we are running for money, material comforts.
Right.
I think somewhere you need to draw a line between some kind of comfort, some kind of luxury, some kind of material pleasures, and ethical values, spiritual values, etc.
What I have observed in my time also, that this subject of the moral education, that was not given preference in my time also, and in the past times of education system, that was given a very much importance, in fact. So with the due of time, we observed that this subject is no more important nowadays. We can say that as a backup, it is used nowadays. So what do you think that this subject should be important in our syllabus?
Yeah, partly you are right, in the sense ethical values, spirituality, and ethics per se should be imparted in the classroom, should be imparted through the syllabus, through the curricula, fine. But the more you put in the curricula, I personally think it is not just enough. The society's outlook the society's perception and the society's understanding of each other. That's very important because, for example, in majority of the universities, ethics is not being taught, but they are more ethical.
Yes, yes, right.
You know, they are more ethical, they are more spiritual, they are more, right conscious people. But it is not being taught in the classroom or the syllabus or academics. So it all depends on how the society perceives the values of life. I think that's much more important. But however, nevertheless, what I desire to reiterate here is the society has failed. I think it's the business of the educationist and classrooms and syllabus and academics.
Yeah, very right. And what we are observing nowadays that if we talk about the youngsters, and they are more oriented to, you already said that they are more running after money.
Yeah.
And when we talk about their behavior, their lifestyle, that is totally different nowadays.
Yeah.
They are more short tempered, they get more angry if we try to correct their mistakes even. So what methodology we should adopt to guide them in a right way?
The most important impact on the young minds is the television, and next is probably mobiles.
Yeah.
And third important factor is our network, internet. I think these three networks have done a greatest
Change.
change
Huge
to the thought process of the people, you and I. At the same time, they have also made tremendous bad impact on the young minds. Forget young minds. I think even older people like us are impacted on that. And you cannot blame the young boys and girls because they are vulnerable, they are susceptible. All of us need to learn, look back and have an introspection. What is to be learned from what? Internet. What is to be learned? Our mobile, how it is to be used.
Right.
Our television, what is the utility and purpose of the television? I think we need to discriminate, we need to draw a line between the vulgarity and the virtue. As long as we don't draw a line between virtue and vulgarity,
Yes.
I think the vulgarity and virtue will have the mixture, admixture.
Right. Very, very right. That means that selection of these
Exactly.
the virtue and the vulgarity, that depends upon my perspective and my angle, that how I am watching these things and
Yes.
what kind of material I want to inculcate in my life.
Exactly.
So very right. And when we talk about the behavior of the teachers nowadays, they are more oriented to cover the syllabus only. They just want to complete the syllabus, and they are not focused on the on the individual student. They are not putting those efforts for the students, for the upliftment of the student.
Exactly.
So what is the responsibility for the teachers?
No, teacher is a very, very important person in molding the student, both body and mind. But at the same time, there has been a very familiar, significant psychological observation. The teacher is the one who should not believe whatever I say, you listen to me. Whatever I do, you follow.
Yes.
More
correct.
than my mouth, my actions will, teach you. So, fortunately, I think some of us had the great advantage of meeting and witnessing and experiencing and being taught by excellent teachers. And these days, even teachers are also either not well equipped, not well educated, not properly understood. They are spreading all kinds of mean attitude, mean activities, I think the teachers and students both should be responsible. More than students, teachers should be
Teachers are
more
responsible.
responsible
Yeah.
in molding, in changing, in inculcating the kind of values which you need to have.
What I have observed also that teachers, if we are trying to mold this psychology that you should be concerned about the future of the students, then they try to neglect this thing. So such kind of thing also they stop them to put their efforts.
I know.
And because they have built up a psychology that students nowadays they won't listen our talks and anything.
I know.
So how this type of thinking can be changed?
Teachers have a very basic premise. You are my student, I am your teacher, I need not learn anything from you. It's my business to impart education to you, and it's your business to learn from me. I need not learn from anything from anybody. That is a very, very nonsensical attitude. All of us, whether you're a teacher or a student or a housewife or a carpenter or a cleaner, sweeper, all of us need to learn from each other. You know, learning from each other is such a beautiful concept. Each one of us, for example, maybe you are a young girl, I need to learn many things from you. And what I need to know is, I also have some limitations. Probably you don't have any limitations in that particular area. I need to learn from you. And I need to have the responsibility to teach you what you do not know.
Right.
What I do not know, I have the responsibility and obligation and duty to learn from everyone. It's not the education qualification which is important. It is the aptitude, it is the learning, it is
Right.
the knowledge which you have acquired over a period of time.
Yes, that means we have to still learn whether if they are younger to me.
Yes.
And yes, very right. So I have come to know that you are going to impart the value education courses in your university also. So which kind of which is thinking, which kind of thing struck you to impart these courses in your university?
No, for example, I have been fortunate, rather. Very recently, Mahabodhi Society, which believes in Buddha's philosophy, in Bangalore had come to me and requested me. I was extremely happy. And the same way, Prajapita Brahmakumaris Spiritual Vidyalaya, Mysore branch, Mr. Rangnath and Mrutyunjay came to me and they requested me. I thought it is supposed to be my duty than them. Actually, it is my duty, and I am so fortunate. They have been imparting the education, and our collaborative institutions, we have a peculiar scheme. I don't know whether you appreciate. The syllabus, everything will be framed by them. We give the degree certificate or diploma certificate, more of a facilitator.
Yeah.
We facilitate. We don't create anything. We don't formulate anything. They formulate, depends on their own requirements, their own necessities, their own And as a vice chancellor, I should facilitate you to do it. I should not direct you. I should not hinder you. I should not come in the way of your thought process. That's all my duty. That's me. I have been doing. I've been so fortunate.
What do you think that these courses will help the students in transforming their lives?
Actually, every purpose of every education is transformation of a person. The purpose is good. I would rather prefer to use more than a better word than transformation, metamorphosis. And as I told you, it is the purpose of every education to change the personality, both thinking and physical. And in majority of the cases, unfortunately, it's not been happening. I think all of us should hope. All of us are basically congenital optimists. I think we should continue to be congenital optimists, because if you are an optimist, you believe in change.
Right.
If you are not an optimist, you don't believe in change.
Yes.
I think I am a great optimist. I believe in that. I believe transformation, or much more than metamorphosis in the society, metamorphosis in you and me and everybody's life will happen.
Right. And sir, in the end, any inspirational message you want to give to the youngsters and the teachers and everybody who is watching the show?
Yeah. Nothing much to convey. All of us, you, I, everybody should learn. I always believe what Socrates has said. Socrates said one of the most beautiful things is, I do not know anything. And he continues, I know what I do not know. If you know what you do not know, you begin to learn.
Yes.
Once you believe that you know everything and you need not learn from anything or from anybody, I think you stop learning. I believe in Socratic irony, that is, I must know what is that I do not know. Then I think all of us should realize the importance of Socratic statement. I think we need to know what we do not know and then begin to learn. I think we continue to learn till my last breath.
Very inspirational message.
Thank you.
And very beautiful message you have given to our viewers. So, sir, thank you very much for being with us in this show, and I hope that this value education courses will going to really transform the students, and not only the students but also the teachers.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I share your sentiments, I share your feelings, I share your optimism. Thank you.
Again, thank you very much. So, he is Professor M.G. Krishanan, who is the Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University, who shared his views on the importance of value education and spirituality in present scenario. With this, we end our show here, and in the new episode, we will meet with a new guest again. Till then, Namaskar and Om Shanti.